Hello, hello. It is Sara Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here for Moon Astrology Tarot. This time for the moon in Capricorn. This is September 12th through the 14th, so coming into the weekend. And so a couple of housekeeping things. One, the Aquarius self-experiment is over in my community section as well as on my Instagram at Sara Waggle. You can kind of track and follow that there. If you'd like to participate, drop me a comment. We will get connected and you can support the development of that project. I'm hoping to have a survey soon, and I will post that as soon as I get that sorted through. But the usual links are below if you want to listen to my guest appearances on various podcasts. If you'd like to have me on your podcast, that would be cool too. Awakening Spirit Collective, you can buy me a coffee. You can, of course, like, comment, share these videos. That helps the algorithm. That helps me get out there further than I can do on my own. All of those sorts of things. And so, okay, let's dive into this Moon in Capricorn. So the other thing I want to say is Mars in Cancer. So I am filming this on the 6th. Is today the 6th? I don't know. I think it's the 6th. Let me check to be sure before I say that out loud. Yes. No, it's the 8th. It doesn't feel like the 8th, but it's the 8th. Okay, so sorry, squirrel. So I'm filming this on the 8th. This moon is the 12th through the 14th. So we're just barely into Mars in Cancer. And so I don't know about y'all, but I'm already noticing not only my own stuff coming up, but that with others is coming up. And so Mars is going to be here for a hot minute. And I contemplated doing sun and rising signs for Mars in Cancer. I'm not gonna, because I feel like this is something that if you really want to know how this is affecting you, get a single transit chart reading in the Calendly link below, in the booking link below, to work with me directly, because I feel like it's unique to, I mean, every transit's unique to all of us, right? To each of us. But this one is one of those, like, I kind of want to, I want to feel your energy so that I kind of have a clue, like, just because I'm noticing it. And with the Pisces eclipse coming up, the Libra eclipse coming up, and just so much going on, that I'm really just present to the individuality of this Mars in Cancer situation. So if you want to find out more about your own personal situation, if you're noticing that you're just emotionally like, where did that like behavior come from that I haven't seen in a really long time? Some shadowy emotional energy is going to surface with all of this. We're all in the middle of a really huge, the universe ain't fucking around anymore. And that leads right into this moon in Capricorn. The planets are not fucking around. So it's kind of one of those, like, whatever you've been trying to harbor or hide or keep in the shadows, is going to surface. It's going to surface, and it's surfacing emotionally because many of us don't study emotional intelligence. We don't study emotional management. Even those of us who do are being completely knocked off guard. So don't feel like you're alone here. I have heard 3 other astrologers say, like, this shit's got me rattled too. And so I wouldn't say I'm rattled, but I'm definitely like, holy crap. Okay. So that's Mars in Cancer. So if you want to know the houses for Mars in Cancer and Mars in Leo, and then it's retrograde, do book that single transit reading and we can talk about Mars. Mars does not like being in Cancer. It doesn't do well there. It's drowning there. And now you're going to throw the moon into its fall position in Capricorn. So to put this in perspective, Mars is exalted in Capricorn, therefore at fall in Cancer. The moon is at home in Cancer and therefore is in detriment in Capricorn. So you've got some feisty, but potentially like, what's the word? Flat affect or flat emotional behavior with this moon in Capricorn. And so, and we're also moving into Venus trine Jupiter, Mars squaring the nodes, lots of kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like that up and down very quickly, but Jupiter is certainly Venus trine Jupiter is a beautiful transit. Mars squaring the nodes, however, could be a little bit more intense. And those are kind of after this lunation cycle, but they are kind of building during this moon in Capricorn. So during this moon in Capricorn, it really could be the non-emotional reaction or response to whatever's going on. And that could really allow you to get a lot of work done. It could allow you to be very productive, but it also could be quite insightful of like, as you're working through stuff, working through a project, you're like, no, I'm not feeling this. Or you could feel it and completely like reignite a passion for a project. So could go a bunch of different ways. But certainly hold on to your seats, because this is now starting to build. We're past the first quarter moon square, building up to the lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 17th. So hang on tight, but also enjoy the ride, because there are beautiful transits along the way. Like I said, there's the Venus trine Jupiter. Trine is a harmonious aspect. And you've got the two benefics, Venus, the benefic, and Jupiter, the greater benefic, which are good planets. They bring us good fortunes and things like that. But with everything, it's always, you got to put the work in to have the good fortune. You cannot just think that, oh, it's Jupiter trine Venus, I'm going to have a good day. Not if you don't make it a good day. And if you have been building up to a good day, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like every transit is like that. Like, squares are always a challenge. They're a lesson, but trines, people tend to think that like they're automatically a blessing, and they are, but you can capitalize on it. So capitalize on it, capitalize on this moon in Capricorn. You're going to want to. But as we continue to move forward, guaranteed you're going to, I've said it before many times this year, like you're going to wish you had worked when you had the energy to work, or you're going to wish that you would have, done the things when you had the supportive energy to do so. And so, because the next couple of weeks here is going to be kind of a wild ride with the eclipses coming up. So more on the eclipses in another video. I've had some insight and have changed a few things. I've learned a couple things in how I look at my charts. So I'm continuing to learn, continuing to evolve and expand how I'm looking at stuff. So let's see what's up with the tarot. For this moon in Capricorn. The Chariot in reverse. No one's coming to save you. The Starship Enterprise, beam me up, Scotty. Nothing's coming to save you. It's not happening. There is no transporter chief here. You have to do this work. No one can do this work for you. And the thing, the feel that I have with this whole Mars in Cancer is this is Mars when it's in retrograde, it especially in Leo and Cancer, it being at its fall position, like it's gonna feel like stagnant energy, and therefore like there is no way of avoiding the inevitable. What you have to deal with wherever Mars in Cancer is in your chart, you're going to have to face. We are in this until April 18th, 19th, somewhere in that ballpark of next year. And so know that whatever is surfacing is coming up for you to clear, to cleanse, to process, and to prepare you for what's coming in 2025 and 2026. Okay. That's the level of intensity we're at right now. It feels daunting. I really get it, trust me. But what I'm saying is that there is a way through it, is to process, acknowledge and process the stuff that's coming up and out. Be with it. Be with it. Let's see if we can get a clarifier with that Chariot. Um, the Hermit in reverse, Noon soon. Oh, with the Chariot in reverse. The Hermit in reverse. You know, this could be about getting support. Yes, nobody can go through it for you. But what if you got a counselor or a coach or an astrologer or a support group? Or what if this was like your redefining moment of how you redefine your relationships? Like maybe you need your relationships to be more supportive or supportive in a different way than they have been thus far. And that requires you to let go of something or to shift or change something about yourself or your beliefs or you know, just how you handle social situations or socializing in general, how, you know, but I feel like there's a lot of space for support with this Mars in Cancer transit with this Moon in Capricorn. Like, you know, I realize the Moon in Capricorn maybe not so emotional, but the general vibe, this, you know, is emotion and release. And maybe there's some stuff you need to talk about with a counselor, with a coach, with a support person who can give you a little guidance, give you a little perspective, help you dig in. Maybe it's like hypnotherapy. I've done hypnotherapy and found it incredibly helpful because it helped dislodge stuff that I was like subconscious about. Like I wasn't even aware of what was in my head until I did hypnotherapy. I highly recommend actually. It's neurolinguistic something. I can't remember. NLP though. Um, and we got the Four of Water, which is mermaids or cups in traditional tarot. Missing an opportunity. Discontentment or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Yeah, like, okay, so if we put this with the Hermit in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, like no one's coming to save you. Maybe the reason that you are so discontent is because of how you have been in relationships or how you have been, you know, putting off healing that wound, healing that emotional trauma, how you've been neglectful or thinking it'll just go away, or something like that. I love these three together. It seems a little of an awkward message, but not really, because I feel like that's what this whole thing is like, you know, there's some things that we would love to try to avoid, that we you know, don't want to acknowledge. And if we push it off and don't acknowledge it long enough, it'll go away. And it doesn't do that. It just stores in our body. The body keeps the score. Great book, hard read, but good book. But I feel like that's what this is like we all kind of, many, you know, most of us have had something that we have had stored within us for who knows how long, maybe lifetimes, maybe just this lifetime since our childhood or whatever. And, you know, it's surfacing and it's just literally like coming up to the point where we can't ignore it anymore. And so it's this opportunity to address it, to get some therapy, to get some support around cleansing it, clearing it, letting it go. Because I know like plenty of people who think like, oh no, I'm over that, I'm over that, I'm over that. But are you over it, or have you just like smushed it to the side thinking it was just going to go away? Because subconsciously and in your physical body, the shit doesn't go away, right? This shit just stores in your body, or it stores in somewhere in your subconscious, and it surfaces in like your emotions or your outbursts or your reactions or your responses to tense situations, right? So it's a tense time. There's no avoiding it. There's no it's we all gotta go through this. And this is a massive up level. This is a massive reality check. This is a massive, are you being responsible check, a kind of thing. And we all have to move through it. And we can do it individually, but there's also a collective part of that. So I'll say more about that in the Moon in Aquarius video, but that's what I have for this Moon in Capricorn. So hang on tight, enjoy the Jupiter Venus trine that's on the 14th. That's kind of pretty and beautiful, and enjoy it, and maybe just get out and shoot the shit and all of that with some folks. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you on the next video.